This is my basement. It's bland, it's boring, it's dumb. All that's down here is a couch and a TV and an air mattress for some reason. So here's the plan with this video. What I want to do is build my own sort of immersion setup in this basement. And I'm going to do that using these Govee products. Govee allows for this feature called Dream View, which will mimic the color on a TV and then send it out to a bunch of LEDs throughout the room, which gives it a really cool immersion lighting. But that's really only a small portion of the video. The main portion will be building my own custom smart blinds that automatically work with the TV. Now the first step was very simple. I attached the Govee backlights to the backside of the TV, and for this I'm using a 75-inch LG Smart TV. Now she doesn't have all the fancy bells and whistles, but what she lacks in OLED, she makes up for in price. Oh, also it's important to mention it was very heavy. I have no idea how I'm going to do this by myself. Oh! Do this? Holy shit. What if I do one side at a time? Nope. Oh. Oh, my back. Oh, I'm gonna need help. And help I got, but it wouldn't be for a couple days later. So, in the meantime, what we're gonna do is just work on other stuff. Like for starters, getting rid of this ugly air mattress. Now this room's really weird for audio. The left side is fine because there's just a wall there, but the right side, it's just the rest of the room. So whenever you're watching anything with audio, it just kind of feels very empty and echoey and lifeless almost on the right side of the room. It's awful. So to fix that, what I'm doing is sticking up this soundproofing curtain. You can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes with my fingers because I doubt it's that soundproof. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll help. Now next, I've got these awful blinds over here that really don't do anything when it comes to keeping out the light. So if we ever go to watch anything down here during the day, the glare is really bad. I want to make them motorized and I want them to work with the TV so that when I turn on that TV, it automatically will lower down these shades to make sure that it's dark in here for us. Unless it's already nighttime, then they can stay up. I don't really care. So to basically be able to make these blinds, what my plan is I'm going to use stepper motors. They're super easy, super cheap, and some simple NEMA 17s will have more than enough power to be able to move this. I hope. Since I want to be able to do things like make it lower the blinds when the TV turns on, raise them when the TV turns off, lower them at night, or only lower them if it's light outside, stuff like that. We need Home Assistant to be able to do that. Now, because I like everything to be nice and neat when I wire them together, I like to use PCBs. So I designed one and put everything together onto this little guy here. Keeps everything nice and neat and compact and just makes everything so much easier for me. Plus it's repeatable if I ever want to build these again. It's great. Which is why I want to talk about today's sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay offers incredibly high quality PCBs for very low prices. For my project, I got 5 PCBs for $5. That's $1 per PCB. That's really good. Now I know what you're thinking, Taitum, what if I don't need PCBs? Well, they also do things like 3D printing and CNC machining. Heck, they'll even make things out of sheet metal for you. So if you're interested, check out PCBWay in the first link in the description below. Okay, so for a quick recap, here's everything that the system has to do. Now Home Assistant's going to talk to the chip, which is going to talk to the drivers, which is going to power the stepper motor, which is going to rotate the blinds and lift them up or down. Now it is really straightforward and pretty simple. I can't imagine anything can possibly go wrong. Oh no, everything went wrong. So you know how the saying is measure twice, cut once? Well, I really need to start following that because I did it again. I messed up the Gerber design when I made it, and I actually sent 12 volts over to a 5-volt rail. But then also I had at another point 12 volts in ground swapped. So as soon as I plugged power into this thing, not only did it completely fry the microcontroller, it completely fried the stepper drivers. I have a lot more of the chips, so that's not a big deal. But the stepper drivers I didn't have, and those are kind of expensive. So that hurts, but it's also entirely my fault. Now it's not a big deal for the PCBs. I can just break some traces, wire them back up so that's all fixed, whatever. It's just, man, slight inconvenience. To actually build the blinds themselves, what I'm using is a Walmart curtain rod, and then just attaching some 3D printed parts to each side. So on one side of the rod, I'm going to attach this piece, which one side of it attaches to a stepper motor, the other side attaches to the curtain rod. And then on the other side of the curtain rod, I also have this piece that connects to the curtain rod, and then has another piece that will go into a ball bearing, which will slide into sort of like an end holder or something. Overall, it's a very simple design, and that's actually kind of why I like it. Okay, so for our test procedure, I've mounted the blinds to the desk. Bet you've never heard that before. And the plan is we're just going to turn it on and see what happens. My only goal on this is to see if the stepper motor has enough power to be able to actually spin this thing. It should, but I really don't know. So, I guess let's see. Okay. It's really nice to see things work on the first try, you know? Could probably just change some things and it would work. So let's see here. If we just like do this. Kind of worked. Now I optimized it a little bit more so it's able to actually spin the amount I want it to. From here I took it down to its new home and I gave it another test. And yes, I do see how crooked it is. I'll fix that, don't worry. Well, kinda. Oh, let's go. If I can get it go up. Oh, that's so nice. And go down. Woo! Thank God. Now, as mentioned, I am going to get rid of the crookedness in the curtain, but I'm also going to get rid of this annoying hum. That's happening because of the stepper driver, so if I replace that with a silent one, then the whole operation will be pretty much dead quiet, which is perfect. So at this point, I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. It does exactly what it... Oh, wait, hold on. This is my favorite part. Never gets old. Overall, happy with how it turned out. It does exactly what I want. It lowers the blinds when I need it to. I got a full immersion setup. I'm able to watch things in the brightest of days without any issue. It's perfect. Obviously, there's always going to be things I can improve upon, but as usual, for a first-time attempt, I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, that reminds me. This is a really cool part about this. Stepper motors are very accurate, and the position is stored inside of the Arduino, so it always knows where it is. However, if the Arduino loses power, then it kind of forgets where it is. What's really cool is on startup, the blind is able to just keep rolling up and rolling over itself over and over again. Once it stops, it sets it at a known point, and you're good to go. It's been homed. It knows exactly where it is. Something I admittedly wasn't intending, but it's pretty sweet, so yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you should subscribe. I do all kinds of stuff on my channel that I'm sure you'd enjoy. And pretty soon I'm going to be working on things like a CNC machine that has both a plasma cutter and a router built into it, as well as a back scratcher 2.0 perhaps. Tons of different ideas I've got planned, so you should subscribe. See ya.